Hello and welcome to the Arena Sports Show. My name is Clauiee Grace Mpanza. Absolutely excited to have you alongside us today. My favorite influencer joins me, Mahlatse Mphahlele, and we have a jam-packed show for you today. And unfortunately, it's the last one for the year, but don't you worry, because 2025 promises to start off as a bang as we celebrate the 50th episode in January. It's also my birth month, which I'm absolutely excited about. We'll be getting old, but I don't know if that's something to get excited about. But influencer, you'll be getting old sooner than I will be on the 27th of December. How are you feeling? Preparations for your birthday, for Christmas, and all the goody stuff that December holds for us.
I'm going to disappoint you. I don't pay too much attention to these birthdays and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
For me, just another day.
That is so sad.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how I roll it. I told you I'm gangster.
You're a gangster. Yeah, no. You are proving this every episode.
Yeah, so I don't pay too much attention to it. And by the way, on the 27th of December, I'm always working. So I'll be at the Boxing Day test in Centurion. So yeah, I'll be busy. There'll be something that's keeping me busy. So yeah.
And Christmas, what are plans for Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas? What do you want from Santa? I think that's always my favorite
What
question.
do I want for Santa for next year?
For this year?
Well, for this year's almost finished.
Okay, for next
I'll
year.
ask for him to bring, for this show to grow bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes.
And yeah, Christmas is always the usual lunch, you know, the custard and what.
Jelly, oh my goodness,
Jelly and
my
custard, the old-fashioned way.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, it's always a big lunch with family and yeah, the normal stuff. And then the following day, I wake up early. I'm on my way to Super Sport Park for the Boxing Day test. So
yeah,
my December is all planned out. I'm there. If the test lasts for 5 days, I'm there for 5 days. And then off I go on holiday. I'll only see you guys next year.
Oh man, it sounds like a perfect December. We hope that, of course, you'll also be having a splendid December. Do remember to be safe and, of course, do enjoy the family time. But a lot has still been happening in the world of sports. So let's quickly find out what's in our highlights as we find out, of course, the top stories that have been trending in the world of sports.
Kaizer Chiefs coach Nasser Nabi has ripped into match officials and implied that they've been unfair on Amakosi for the better part of the season, asking the league to intervene by analysing their situation. Springbok Sevens coach Philips Neyman was being with pride after the Blitzboks beat France 26-14 to win the HSBC Sevens tournament in Cape Town for the first time since 2015. Proteas standing captain Hendrik Klaassen said there was a hunger to get back to winning ways as South Africa begin their multi-format tour with 3 T20s against Pakistan.
Well, looking forward, of course, to also discussing Kaizer Chiefs because a lot happened, of course, in the encounter of the week, and we'll talk about it in just a bit. But I mean, we have to, of course, choose our stars of the week. Those athletes that have impressed us, teams that have impressed us in the past few days. Influencer, who has done that on your side?
Peter Steph du Toit is my first one. The reigning IRB Rugby Player of the Year. Somebody who has been a colossal figure for the Springboks. During the season, I think we won 13 out of 15 matches we played.
Is that your overall star of the year?
Over the year. I don't think there's any sportsman or woman in the country who has done maybe Tatiana at the Olympics. But I think Peter Steph du Toit stands head and shoulders. And for small measure, I'll also give a shout out to the Pirates fans who packed up London Stadium for the game against Al Ahly. Champions League matches, you really need to make the teams that are visiting to feel like they are playing away from home. And I think a good one to the Pirates fans for backing their team all the way.
Yeah, no, a big shout out, of course, to Mngqithi, and we'll talk about, of course, that encounter in just a bit. So my star of the week, we'll start with the star of the week. It has to be McLaren, who won, of course, the Constructors' Championship in Formula One. The last time they won it was back in 1998. Wow. So it's been a very long time. I mean, yes, they got the Drivers' Championship in, of course, with Lewis Hamilton when he clinched his first one. But it's great for them, of course, to be on the podium again and, of course, being crowned champions. I also have to make a special mention to Lewis Hamilton. Oh my goodness. I know you were watching. Stop it.
Okay,
Stop it. Stop
okay.
it. Stop it. But
Okay.
2025 is the year where we see,
We'll see.
Lewis Hamilton and the prancing horse get victories. I literally see that happening. I think it's, if you look into Ferrari currently this season, they're really on a good trajectory. So they should continue in 2025. So great to see, of course. 2024 was tough for Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes, but I mean, it ended off on a high, so which is positive. And then my star of the year.
Yeah.
Still in motorsports, but it is.
No prices for guessing there.
It's two wheels though, at least this time around. The Martinator, Jorge Martin, who has done absolutely well. He is the MotoGP world champion. And I mean, having your name etched into the Tower of Champions is absolutely something special. I mean, and you look into consistency. You know how in the league we always talk about, you must just get those important points. He literally got 3 race wins on a Sunday and 7 sprints on the Saturday. So that just shows that as long as
You must collect.
you must collect points where you can, eh? And that's exactly what the Martinator did. So absolutely pleased about that. But I mean, we mentioned Mahlatse Mphahlele, you know, being away. He's a traveler of note and an influencer for a reason. I saw he was taking pictures. I'm seeing him on videos. I'm like, oh my goodness, what have I created here? But influencer, you were at the Nedbank Golf Challenge.
Yeah.
Talk to us, how was that?
Except the fact that it was extremely hot in the
Yeah, I can
northwest, in
imagine.
Rustenburg.
Yeah.
But the golf was good. Nearly, we had a South African winner, Ulrich Potgieter. He led going into the last day and on Sunday morning. He just didn't have a good final round. Made a lot of mistakes. But he held on there. When he went to the 18th hole, I think he only needed just to bury that hole.
Yeah.
And then he forced the match into playoff. But it was not to be. Once again, the Nedbank trophy has gone to the US. Johannes Veerman won. But you know, obviously kudos for him. He came very strong because pretty much for the whole weekend he wasn't there. Sort of come on the last day and he played very well and ultimately he became the winner. He had an anxious wait because he finished first. He finished earlier than Potgieter, who was the closest to him. And instead of going back to the dressing room, he had to go back to the training part to sort of warm up in case there was a playoff. There was not to be a playoff because Potgieter didn't get what was required on that last hole. And it was unfortunate, but overall, I had fun.
I want to know about the things that we didn't see on camera as to how was that, because you guys look like you were having so much fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun. I think just besides the golf, Sun City on the Nedbank golf is
Were
all
you
about
riding the waves?
well, I didn't want to sink in the thing. It's all about networking. It's all about just enjoying. You know, the guys look after us very well there. You know, I was there, arrived on Friday.
I see you're glowing. You come back with a glow, right?
I arrived on Friday afternoon and, you know, staying in a beautiful lodge just outside Sun City. You know, so that was also enjoyable. You know, it was very nice.
Okay.
So the social element of the event and also the golf itself. The golf was also very nice to watch. Some of the big names were there.
Yeah.
You know, the only, I think, downside was just the fact that a South African came so close. I mean, the last time a South African won was Clauiee Grace in 2012. It's a long time since a South African won this thing. So hopefully, when I go back again next year, I'll take a little bit of luck for a South African to win it. You know, so yeah, but I had a blast.
He definitely did. So let's find out what Khensani Nobanda has to say in terms, of course, how the weekend was and also for preparing for something so prestigious.
Oscars, thank you very much for joining us here on the Sports Show. We're back here in Sun City again. Very nice. Except for the heat, everything's
boiling
good.
heat, but everything's fantastic besides that.
How has it been?
It's been fantastic. I mean, first of all, having moved it from November to December actually was one of the best choices we made. So although it's conflicting with a couple of other global golf tournaments, so, you know, you can't get all the players that you'd like. But, you know, we don't just do it for the players, we also do it for the fans. And it's been great, and our clients, obviously, and it's been great to have such a great turnout. It's actually on both our retail and business banking side and corporate investment banking side and private wealth, we've literally had to be saying to people, sorry, we have no more tickets.
We are the lucky ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now obviously the field is very strong, as always. I'm sure you guys are happy that we managed to attract some of the best players that you come to Sunset again.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it was funny last year when Max won. And I said to him, well, now you have to come back and defend your champion. And he was like, my God, you're really a marketer. I haven't even held my trophy for 5 minutes. You're already selling it.
You're talking about next year.
Yeah, exactly. But he actually just loves this country. So it's great to be able to sell, actually, not only the fact that you're going to win the Nedbank Golf Challenge, but we sell so much about South Africa to the players, and they love that as a package deal overall. It's great to have South Africans. We haven't had a South African win it for some time. We're holding thumbs. And then it's also great to have someone like Robin Williams. I think this, for me, is a focus that we have with the DP World Tour as well as Sun International. And Gary Player, actually, like to say, how do we get more players who are black, colored, Indian, outside of, because we really need to. There's so many in the sports, but we need to just make sure that they get an opportunity. So we're very happy with the field, but we do believe that it can be a much more diverse field. And not only just, I guess, from like a racial perspective, the way we as South Africans always think about it, but even from where they come from. More Australians, we want more Americans. They create a lot of buzz. You remember with Justin and Max last year, Max again, really bringing a lot of buzz. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, the stories he's posting and stuff.
Everybody's on Instagram.
Yeah, but so yeah, we're really happy. We actually think we've got a better player list this year, but it is, for everyone, this ends on Sunday. Yeah. For us, Monday, we're already talking about next year, like to say, well, who are the players we want, and all of that. Because it's important that it is a premium tournament that people want to win and they're competing against the best.
You're a marketer, you're a brand person. I guess the more or the bigger names that comes here,
absolutely,
it's important for them.
It is important for us because it does mean it's easier to sell tickets. It's easier for our clients to come. It's easier to get media to come and stuff, because obviously whilst this is a hospitality event, it's also a big branding job for us. So the best players bring the most amount of publicity for us as a brand. And we've been involved with this tournament very proudly so for like 42 years, and it is a tournament that I always say at Nedbank that we've got two what I would call our special sponsorship properties, and it's Nedbank Cup and Nedbank Golf Challenge. So we pride ourselves with the work that we do on both of them. Yeah.
So there are other elements around this. I know you guys are going big on the green time.
Yes.
Thing this year. Can you just take us a little bit on what is that and how important is that for it?
So we'd love, a lot of clients obviously can't get invited to, so we've got two marquees here, the 9th hole and the 18th hole. So if you're a Nedbank client and you come to green time, and because it is hot here at Sunset here at the moment, you come in, show your cards that you're a Nedbank client, and you can come get a nice space where it's cool. You can get some drinks from the bar and stuff. And it's really just to say thank you to our clients. So even though we haven't been able to invite you to like the marquees, but you do get something more special than any other person, which is why you must bank with us, because we give you things like green time. Yeah. We've also got some great activations that we do. So for example, at our 9th hole, if you're a private Nedbank Private Wealth client, you go register and you get a caddy to actually take you around the course with the player. Which is like really special. Again, it really shows you that for us, the idea of connected wealth in Nedbank Private Wealth is about more than just money, but it's about special experiences. And then for American Express, and remember for us, we are the franchise holder of American Express. Our American Express clients had an opportunity to take pictures with Gary Player. We had a long line. Like at some stage, we had to be like, okay, guys, Gary has to it's enough. So yeah, I guess for me, like what I'm really proud of from Nedbank is, yes, it's great hospitality. The field is great, but we also have like really special moments, I think, that we give our clients. And I think green time is absolutely one of them. I'm cool in here, it's really special.
I've been warned, we don't have the whole day here. So the last question, there's also a social responsibility element to this thing, sports trust, which is very important to the bank.
Yeah, so I mean, absolutely. So if you look at the players who are going to be playing at the Sports Trust on Monday and Tuesday, it's basically a lot of young upcoming black players who we hope get the sense of the of the field, so that they become, as they grow, professionals to be able to actually play in the Nedbank Golf Challenge. We obviously sponsor the junior championship for golf in South Africa, and the reason we chose to do that was because it's a lot more diverse. There's much more driving transformation and really, and we felt like if we don't sponsor tournaments like that, we're never going to get a diverse group of people playing golf. So it's important that as a bank we show up like that. And I can tell you, there's a high level of commitment. Even so, Thursday and Friday, we never have like as many people because people are working and stuff. So the things we're talking about as a brand is, how do we take like young kids to come on Thursday, bring them here, show them the experience so that they can build the love for golf at a young age, and it's not something they find out when they enter the corporate world, right, and stuff. So there's a high level of commitment from us to really transform the sport and make it like represent the South Africa that we live in.
All right. Thank you very much. While we were waiting for you, I was told you were in a meeting, and I said, how can that be?
I was. I really, really was.
I'm listening. I'll go watch some golf.
Oh, thank you so
very
much.
for your time.
Lovely to chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so from, of course, the golfing, we go now to football, where we talk all things the CAF Champions League. We'll start with, Mahlatse Mphahlele made a very tiny shout-out to the Orlando Pirates faithfuls who filled up Escudini. So let's talk about Orlando Pirates. They hosted Al Ahly, Mahlatse, and you look into the fact that coach Jose Rivera made changes into that squad. You saw Paseka Mako getting a chance. I don't remember the last time I saw Paseka play, which I thought, man, he did handle it well. And then you look into, of course, as well as Saleng getting a chance. But Coco Melon football, Gota didn't get a start, which I found a bit of a shocker. What did you make of the starting 11?
I think the coach now realizes that you really have to refresh the team when you play in the Champions League. Because now you're competing on two fronts and it can be a bit tricky. I think the coach was asked after the match as to what happened with Tito. You know the Paris coach.
Don't be singling out players.
I don't know how to talk about the players. I don't know if maybe there was an injury situation or what. I can only imagine maybe he was not fit enough to play. He has been key for them. That I think maybe there was an injury. He was not fit. I was not surprised with Saleng. Saleng is always a big game player. Saleng, give me a Soweto derby, he will deliver in this way. Give him Sundowns, give him Chiefs. Give him a big occasion. He will rise to the occasion. I think he was hoping that maybe that Saleng match will come to the fore. With Paseka Mako, obviously just came out of nowhere, a big surprise. But a guy who is highly experienced in these things. I saw there was a bit of a bromance moment with Percy down there.
Listen, by the way, where is he from? Where is Percy from? From Mpumalanga, thank you very much. So listen, we got our stars there. And also happy to see him with Innocent Mayela as well. So yes, I love the bromance.
And I think Paseka and Percy, they know each other for a long time because they were together at Sundowns during the early days. They had a moment there on the pitch and stuff. And then
but did you find it strange that he didn't start Percy as well?
Yeah, well, Percy has got an issue with this coach, and I think at some stage he needs to be sorted out. That's why the Bafana coach has always been saying that maybe he needs to move from Al Ahly to go to a club where he will play. If he leaves Al Ahly, where will he go? People have said maybe he must come back to Sundowns.
Listen, maybe not Sundowns. You can go Escotini. You saw the bromance there, no?
People have said that he must go and earn his pension money with Coach Pizzo, out of money that side, which is where I think he may end up. Percy will also sit and analyze the situation, realize, okay, he can still play the highest level, but why can't you go to less pressure in the Arab world, get money, and then come back? Because if you come back to Sundowns, too much pressure. If you come to Pirates or Chiefs, too much pressure. I know you can take it, but if there's another option of going to Saudi or to all those leagues in
secure the bag
and less pressure and go and enjoy yourself. So I think that's what he will do here. But I don't think he's entirely happy there. He was always wearing a smile on his face and stuff. but I don't think things are the way they're
He's
supposed to
grown, hey? Like,
Yeah.
as much as he's a young man, but we're seeing an older version of
Yeah,
Percy.
yeah.
But, I mean, quickly, when you talk, and just wrapping up Orlando Pirates, I remember when you touch on, of course, now the refreshing of the squad and the depth. My particular interest is in the middle of the park, because I really, really feel Orlando Pirates needs a general in that midfield. As much as, yes, we'll see Mbata, we'll see a Cash and Makaula, but in this Al Ahly game, I didn't see them. Like, there was that lack of presence. So now going forward, in terms of refreshing the squad, that middle of the park needs to be sorted out for Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, and it goes back to the issue. One thing I've noticed about the group stages or semi or knockout Champions League teams. They always have a big central defender from West Africa, a big central midfielder from West Africa, and a frontman from North Africa. So the spine, you really need to be, or even if you can have a big local guy who plays there. Makaula, maybe, he can bite a bit, but sometimes he may be swallowed by the big boys there on the continent. Talent also, he can be swallowed by the big guys on the continent. So maybe it's something which they need to address going forward, that what do we do? I mean, at the back, if Ndai is fit, Ndai is a big boy. He can look after himself, national team player and all that kind of thing. Up front, maybe Mabasa, Mahopa, they can push. But in that midfield, that's where you really need to have a little bit of a bite, because Champions League football is like that. Most of the ball, most of the action mostly rotates in the midfield, or teams that run and put in the cross, which is where the central defenders become important. So I think it's an area which they need to look at. We have a transfer window coming, which favors the Champions League, because players that can be signed in January can qualify to play if you progress to the knockout stages. Yeah, you are right. It's one area where I think they need to tighten up, and that can also help them in the league. If you have a big guy who is controlling the midfield, that you signed specifically for the Champions League, he can also add value for you domestically. So yeah, I guess that's one area that they need to look at. But they've had a good start, 4 points out of 2.
They'll take it.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. How trained football, Mamelodi Sundowns. They did not get maximum points, which was quite disappointing, because you look into especially the first 20 minutes, I think the opposing side gave them a bit too much respect. They could have won that game. Mamelodi Sundowns, not the Sundowns that we know, not playing in departments, completely different. Obas, we also saw he was losing the ball just a bit too much. So it's just not clicking at Mamelodi Sundowns right now. Way forward, Mahlatse Mphahlele.
Yeah, and I think we must also mention that by the time this show airs, they will have a new
Technical
coach.
changes,
As we speak now, they're just about to make changes with the technical team. It's not clicking at Sundowns. Sundowns were feared, man, under Coach Pitso and Duladi. But now I feel anybody can beat them now. They just lost to Magezi the other day in the final, which was a bit of a shocker. They haven't had a good start in the Champions League. They drew against Maniema from DRC at Loftus. They went away. They drew away at the weekend, and 2 points from 4 matches. From 2 matches is not a good return. Including that you drop 2 at home. In the Champions League, as we all know, you can't afford to drop points at home. And also against Maniema. I can understand Paris dropping points at home against Al Ahly, because you play against a big team,
Sure, that has pedigree.
Yeah, but against the so-called smaller teams, it's not good. It's not clicking. I anticipate that maybe, I don't know if Magno will remain with the team in those co-coaching stuff that they've always been doing, or he will leave. But whoever comes in, Benny's name has been mentioned, and many, many other people's names have been mentioned. Whoever comes into that Sundowns coaching job, the first target they must know that is the Champions League. Sundowns have been to the last semi-finals for the last 2 years, and we know that the owners of the club want the Champions League. Go push in the Champions League, finish again in the league, and then you are in the money. But also I think to revive the spirit of the players. Since Ronnie left, there's been chaos behind the scenes at the club, and you need somebody who can come in and galvanize the boys and really have a system where they can get back the campaign back on track, because it looks like the attacking it's not good.
You
It's not
really
good,
don't
yeah.
need that.
You still have got, what, 2 cup competitions, you still have got
Yeah,
the league, Champions
yeah.
League. So there's still a lot to play for. If they can really...
And with that caliber of players, a lot
Yeah, I
is
mean,
expected
they've got
from
the players,
Sundowns.
you know. If they wake up now, finish the year on a high and then come back pumping again next year, anything is possible. What has been a poor start may actually end up finishing well.
Do you then respect Mamelodi Sundowns management for making a decision so soon at this point to say, okay, it's not working, let's just fix it now, just instead of prolonging it to the new year?
Yeah, no, definitely. You have to act. I've, I've looked at Sundowns, the way they're playing. Sometimes, for a team that is known to, you know, they are just not impressive.
She's shining piano.
Nah,
I
nah.
think it's not shining, it's not piano.
The type of football they've played is just not impressive. And I'm told the players are actually not happy that they're playing the way they're playing. And,
I've had conversations with them as well, yeah.
You know, on a number of occasions where we've engaged with the coach, he has been steadfast that that's how he wants to play. And it's not happening. And also this thing of just changing the team too much. Coach Mangoma changes 6 or 7 players every match. It's too much. I understand the philosophy that you have to keep the guys fresher.
Yeah.
But wholesale changes for every match is not good. Because some of the big players want to play. Kuliso wants to play. Tebo Mkwana wants to play. You know, those are the players that you can mess around a lot with because they've done this. They know how to look after their bodies. It's not like some small kids who will be overwhelmed by the situation.
Yeah.
They want to play. Ronan wants to play. You know, these are Bafana players. So today they are playing, tomorrow they're on the bench, or they're not even in the match day squad. So it has been a bit chaotic. And whatever happens, Coach Mangoma, I think, may look back with a little bit of regret that maybe he was a little bit, he really stuck to his guns on an issue where things were not working.
You know what I also think, influencer, sorry to jump you, but on that, I remember at Chelsea, when now players start to lose respect with you as a coach, it's done. And I think he started off on a bad foot, where now you are like having a tiff with players.
Yeah.
You can't have a tiff with players and people know about it.
Yeah,
it was out there.
You remember there was that situation where Demise and Kuliso were not playing for the first 5 games.
Exactly.
Already there, that
And those are Bafana players, yes.
And Sundowns started off bad. I mean, they lost 2 matches against Stellenbosch in MTN8.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously they came back, won 5 in a row, and then started dropping points again. So yeah, it has been up and down. I can tell you now, if someone like Rulani or Coach Peter was there, these things will not be happening. They will be already on cruise mode now.
But remember what we were saying, influencer, with Kaizer Chiefs about needing like a big coach, because big clubs, that's exactly what you need. You need a big manager. You need someone that has that presence where you command it, where as much as, yes, you're a nice guy, but players must respect you. When you say no, it's no.
Well, with Sundowns, I mean, you have got a guy who has been in the team for the longest time. So sometimes give him the chance and see. I mean, they took a massive gamble with Coach Rulani, and then we know what happened. Obviously, he didn't win the Champions League, but in a way, he revolutionized how football was played. I mean, the guy, I think he left without, he only lost 1 league match. On the last day of the season. I don't know how many, so he came in there and he did his thing and the team played well. They were feared. Obviously, they didn't win cups, but, they dominated in the league. I mean, teams, when they went to Lucas Moripe or Loftus, they knew that, you are going to sweat there. Even the Champions League teams, they knew that when you go to Pretoria, there's a big problem there.
Obviously, it's clear that Mamelodi Sundowns, even being, let's say, not young, but a club with 50 years, 54, representing a city representing Mamelodi region, it's already a club with a big heritage. And heritage, it's history, but it's very important because it's the point, and where we come from basically represents a lot. And we need to understand the roots of a club so that we understand the people and the expectations of the people and the identity of the club. I'm entering a club with a huge identity, and I will make all my best, not only to give happiness to the people, but to represent them, obviously, in the best way. And represent them is to go along with the objectives of the club, with the values of the club. I'm a person of values. We discuss it a lot, values. And values also speak regarding the identity of the club. Yesterday, I had already the privilege and opportunity to speak about that with the chairman, but values like excellence, integrity, and honesty will be the base of our work and will be in our heads in every moment. Regarding the relations we want to establish with everybody in the club, with the staff in general, and also with the players, and obviously with our fans and yourselves. I'm a man of people. I like a lot of people. I like to connect with people. I'm a very humble and simple person, but also at the same time, I'm very demanding because I know what we need to do to win, and not win sometimes, but win on a regular basis, or win always, because that's the demand we have ahead of us, is win trophies. So contribute, opening a new era, a new page in the club, contribute to the heritage that one day will be even bigger. So that's the objective we have ahead of us. That one day, and I hope that day is very far away from today, I'll leave the club. I also want to be reminded among great coaches like Pizzo Motsimane, like Mr. Holani, like Mr. Compella, like Mr. Monkova, and others. So I want also to leave my name, obviously, among you, first as a good person, second as a good coach, and third as a winner. These are our objectives when we are entering this club.
I mean, we speak about big characters. Nabi of Kaizer Chiefs, definitely a big character, influencer, gone on to say, nope, he's not doing no interviews. He's going to walk out. And I'm told that our journalists on social media saw him taking pictures afterwards with fans. Right. And talk to us about that stance, that personality, that behavior.
Yeah, he's a very temperamental guy.
Yeah.
Firstly, on occasions, we have had the privilege of being around him, and you can see behind the scenes that he doesn't take that.
Even as a translator, you get it wrong, my brother.
He speaks. So yeah, I don't agree with the fact that he didn't do the interviews. I think he should always be professional and do the interviews.
Yeah.
I don't know if the league will charge him for that or not, because it's part of the compliance manual, the media compliance issues. Mm-hmm. I think the league must look into that, whether you win or through good and bad, you still have to behave in a certain way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I understand the frustration also. Yeah, I think he is worse than Coach Mangova. When he first arrived, I wrote something that is going to be like a pilot who must fix the plane that is in the air.
Already, yeah.
Because that's a bit of a situation there. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them. Chiefs are not doing well at all. It's unfortunate for them. And I just don't know. But I've said it here on so many occasions that, and I'm going to say it again, more than half of those players who are there don't deserve to play for Kaizer Chiefs. That is just the truth. I don't want to mention names, but you need the real players to play for Kaizer Chiefs. We had an interview with the legendary Tines the other day. He was telling us about the players that he played with when he was at Kaizer Chiefs. He was talking about S. Nsoleng, Olombo Dishaba,
Cream.
himself,
Yeah.
many others who were the Chiefs plus at that time when Chiefs were in charge. For now, you look at that team and you really don't know whether to laugh or cry, because it's a team that is really bereft of quality, and it's not surprising that they're struggling. I can safely say to you now that if Chiefs or Sundowns were to play in the final of a Champions League tomorrow, none of those players at Chiefs can be on a starting lineup. And it's a reality. They may be emotional about it or they may not like it, but it's the truth. And we must say the truth. They really need to find ways as to how they are going to improve that squad. And the other way of doing that is really going to the continent and finding the right players. Chiefs used to do that.
Yeah.
They do scout very well on the continent. Find players who can come here. They can add value. You know, if I go and find Mbesuma, go and find the Musona. You know, they used to do that. Currently, it's a problem. And even if they had 200 million now to buy players, who are they going to buy? Because the best players are Pirates and Chiefs, mainly. And you can't go to Klorkop and get anyone there. You can't go to Pirates and get anyone there. So it really needs for them to be creative about how they go about things.
Yeah.
And scouting on the continent, a lot of clubs think it's too costly. It's not costly. You have to spend a bit of money.
Yeah.
But if you really do have a very good network, you can find a place there. Sundowns and Pirates, and they make friends with these guys. They play against the Champions League. To say, man, if you've got something special, come here. Players come to South Africa and then it's on their way to Europe. So the coach is really, really going to have challenges. They must just try and maybe finish in the top three.
For sure.
Because I think for big teams like Chiefs next season, qualify for the Confederations Cup, continuing be relevant on the continent while you are trying to sort out your stuff, and in that way they can, you know.
Sure.
But generally, looking at the club, I just don't think that anything will happen. They really, it's just a harsh reality. They don't have quality, unfortunately.
No, 100%. And moving on to just wrap it up, we have to, of course, then choose a special episode that really made us happy. I mean, everybody made us happy. Every 49th episode made us happy. But we also have to just, one stands out for your influence. So when you look into the guests that we've had, a special moment on the show, what is it for you?
Oh, it's very difficult, eh?
I know, it's like having to choose between your children, right?
Yeah, Jesus. No, I think... Yeah, we've had quite we've had quite a lot of guests coming through, and I think, you know, even if I say so myself, we have done some good work on the show.
We have. High five.
We have done some good work. We've had quite a variety of people coming onto the show.
Yeah.
We even had somebody being threatened to be sued.
Oh my goodness, that traumatized me. I won't lie. Oh my, that was a scary period. But yeah,
we had a lawsuit and all those kinds of things. And, you know. But I think the two shows that we had with Magents were fun, especially the one that it was Magents and Jerry in the studio. And what I vividly remember about that moment was when. Jerry was shocked that Magents does his nails.
Manicure. It's like even how he says it in Magents.
I remember he looked at Jerry, is that Magents? What's happening?
I see Magents is doing the nails and
I called talk about Jerry.
He's not good.
you can see me now.
When
I'm home. That's what I do.
No, I can say that's the cure.
Yeah, it's manicure.
Yeah,
I didn't see this. See, is that the nail?
Hey,
What's happening? You were just recent now in Botswana. I was seated next to you. Go passing. Eddie King. Give manicure.
You gotta say it like manicure.
You don't believe it, Brajeri?
You know, so yeah, I think those ones with Magents, and I mean, obviously at the beginning, when we held All Sizwe, you know, he also brought something different to the show. So yeah, it's been quite a journey.
It really has.
I think you know, people have enjoyed some of the work that we've done here, and we'll continue next year. We're starting with a bang, by the way, with the 50th episode.
We have to.
Yeah, I think I don't know which one is my camera. I think
this one is your camera.
we want a big guest. If you can hook us up with a big guest, we'll be very happy. Somebody sporting, man or woman, of real quality. We'll be very happy. We need to start with a bang, yeah.
Yeah, maybe also let us know who you'd like to see, and then
Yes.
we'll work and to find out, of course, if they are available. And then, I mean, it's been absolutely impeccable. We've had, oh my goodness, I think also from the officiating perspective, we had Victor Hlungwane, and he was just, oh my goodness, on another level. So expressive, standing up and saying, I'm like, oh my goodness, where are we going with this?
We do have referees who will run faster than me. You know, I'm not fast. You can see I'm tall. But there are those who... Now, the best position in football is the position where the referee can be able to see. You find referees in a good position. Can they see? The answer is no.
So that was nice. Also having the postman, Obri Modiba, on the show. He always delivers. So it was great. We really had great episodes. And I mean, we can't also mention, there's also a guest that, unfortunately, with a lawsuit, but he was also fantastic. We loved having her on. So a lot has been, of course, been great on the Arena Sports Show. The team has been fantastic behind the scenes. Listen, when you talk about the team that puts out fires, the team that we work with, they've been absolutely stellar to make sure that, of course, we put out the great work that you see. You want to add to that, influencer.
Yeah. And we're also looking for a sponsor, by the way.
We are. So please, do the right thing.
If you send checks where you work,
come on. Let's do lunch. Let's do dinner. We'll gladly host you. But that's how we wrap it up on the Arena Sports Show.
Is that it?
That's it.
For the year?
For the year. It's crazy.
I forgot my Christmas. What do we call that thing?
Yes.
The Christmas hat and whatever?
I forgot it as well. But yeah, no, it's a bittersweet moment, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, we must also rest, eh?
You
are not tired of us. Yes, Coach PJ will say, you are not tired of us. People are crying there. We must also rest, eh?
But I guess those are wise words. You have yourself a fantastic holiday season, and we'll definitely see you in the new year 2025. You take care of yourself and your loved ones. We'll see you soon. Cheers. Goodbye.